nobody to look after him. He's in tatters. And you come from London and you don't find people like that on the street here, not that easily anyway. So you get to you shudder and say, this is no shoes, no food, and you are eating inside and he's just starving outside, and you don't like that. So you go run into your house and you call your relation and say, come, what about this guy? We just had a lovely meal inside. This guy, little boy, is standing outside and starving. What about him? This is a standard thing. And your relation will tell you, law of karma. They deserve that, we deserve this. Because we must have done good things in our past lives. We can eat lovely stuff inside the house and air conditioned. And this guy must have been a nasty piece of work. So he has to stand outside and starve and look at us having fun. Now you know something has gone wrong.
That's not really the law of karma, because he might be kicked out for being accused of doing something that he hasn't really done. Yes,
you see, now straight away you are immediately, as thinking children, or caring youngsters, you are already showing me that this can't be Hinduism. Something has gone wrong. Let me tell you what's gone wrong. The law of karma doesn't tell you that you become indifferent to the suffering of others. If you see somebody suffering, indifferent means you don't care. Now here your relation was not bothered. He didn't care. He said, who cares? This is their bad luck. We just enjoy our fruits of our action inside the house. Now why is it the wrong? Reason why it's wrong is this, because the law of karma comes in two parts. First part says what you do is going to come and catch up with you, so do good things. The second thing the Hindus have forgotten, even your parents have forgotten, is that if you see a situation in front of your eyes that needs to be sorted out, and you don't do anything about it, then you've done bad karma. Not only what you do, what you fail to do can also be karma, good or bad karma. What you fail to do, you say, how can that be? When you see that little child suffering and you say, they deserve it, there's no answer. Because what your law of karma is teaching you, that when you see a problem in front of your eyes, you have to do something to make sure that child is fed, looked after, and you can't just let it be, leave it like that, saying it doesn't matter. Because then the law of you have really violated the law of karma. Because the law of karma said, don't be indifferent, do something to help these people out. Don't turn your back on them. And we turn our back because we don't understand law. We only understand half the law of karma, and you have forgotten the other half of the law of karma, which says, if you see a problem in front of your eyes, you must solve it. And you mustn't turn your back, otherwise the problem will come and hit you. Let me give an example. Suppose there's a little, I think I may have given this example, it's like water leaking in your attic in the winter time.
It fills up
and you forgot and you said, I'll do it, who cares, I'm going on holiday to Florida. And when you come back, your house is swimming pool. So this is the effect, your house is swimming pool. So who caused it? You caused it by ignoring the problem. Not by doing something, but by failing to do something is going to come and whack you. So the positive, the broad law of karma says not only what you set in motion, but what you fail to do is also equally important. So it will catch up as well with you. So once you understand this way, so if your relation says, oh, law of karma, it is this, no, then we are doing bad karma if we ignore this little chap here. We have to do something. We have to sort this out. We can't let it be. We can't turn our back. This is called the proper law of karma, the wise law of karma. Otherwise it's half-baked law of karma. The second part to it. The other way you can misunderstand the law of karma and create a lot of problem for yourself is that you become indifferent to your own situation. Sometimes, things gang up against us and we kind of get in a problem and everything seems to be going wrong. Haven't you seen some days and everything goes wrong? And you kind of sit in the corner and say, oh dear, things are bad for me, I deserve it, law of karma. I say, no, law of karma never taught you to become indifferent to your own suffering. So if there is a problem, the law of karma will say, you have to sort it out. Don't cry in the corner, sit and cry in the corner, because law of karma says you are in charge. So if things gang up, not because you are a baddie, things just gang up. Because not only what I do that's going to come and catch up with me, what everybody else does is going to come and catch up with me and hit me as well. Haven't you noticed? Not just you dictating your future, other things and things which are not even human beings sometimes interact and kind of push you in the corner. Suppose you are a goody-goody and then you're driving and going from London to Scotland or something in the winter, and there's a puncture in the tire, and the tire goes down and say, oh, I deserve it, law of karma. What? No, this is nothing. This is things. These are things happen. So when that happens, Lord Karma says, roll up your sleeves, change the tire, and don't cry, sitting and crying. So it puts you in charge of your destiny. It doesn't allow you to become indifferent to your own suffering, saying, oh, I deserve it. Nobody deserves things like that. So even when things gang up against us, it's not because of our fault. A lot of other things hit us as well. And sometimes they push us in the corner and we feel terrible, but you still must come fighting. Okay, I'll take questions now.
So, like, you say it's bad if you don't help someone. Like, there's like millions of people who are homeless. How do you help all of them?
You see, the thing is this. Just because the problem seems so unsurmountable doesn't mean you ignore it. So if you can do this much, do this much. Whatever you can do in your own way, do it. This is what Hinduism teaches. All of us have got special skills, special abilities. We must use them not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of the greater world. This is what Hinduism teaches. Don't live for yourself, live for others. Every religion teaches, and Hinduism emphasizes this, live for others. So you can't perhaps say, oh, does it mean I shouldn't eat today? And then because other people are starving, they say, no, you eat, but then do something for them. You understand? So the ability to live for others or think for others doesn't mean that you throw your hands in air and say, oh, there's not much I can do, so I better ignore it. No, it doesn't say that. It says you can do this much or do it. So whenever you see a television program, there's a disaster and people are donating, you pick up the phone and donate, my friend. That's a little bit, whatever you can do, show that you care or do something. Always do things for others. Very important. Yes?
You know, there's the homeless people. What if they are Hindus and they see another homeless person but they can't do anything because they're in that situation?
Okay, suppose the situation is so bad that you can't really, suppose you are also like a little boy who doesn't have any money and any food or nobody to help. How are you going to help another boy who's also struggling? So you both say, come, let's be friends and we'll try and find a way out. You can support each other, if nothing, not physically or financially, at least you say, we are both in the same boat. So we'll try and help each other up if wherever we can, whatever we can. So it may be tough. It doesn't mean you found a solution, but it says this is how you lead your lives. It doesn't say you're going to solve the problem of the world, but at least you'll make a better job. The world will be a little better, if not completely better, a little better. And that's you've done your duty then. It doesn't mean that you say, oh, because I can't do it, I'll not bother. Whatever you do, do. Don't turn your... This is what... Do you know why? Look, do you know why I'm saying this? It is because the Hindus thought, why bother? There are so many people, we can't help them. Look, the difference between India and Japan. Let me show you. About 60 years ago, Japan was in World War II and were knocked out. Everything was bombed. They were completely destroyed. The whole people were destroyed. And they had to start from scratch and rebuild their whole country. And they don't have many resources either. They're not very rich either. But they work together as a group, not just a one person saying, I want money and the rest can go, do what they like. They work like a group. And the whole nation became one of the most powerful nations in the world. Because they're dignified. So you don't see this big difference between people with a lot of money and people with no money in Japan. Or even in China now. They kind of make sure that the poorer people are lifted as well. And look at India. Frightening. You go, oh. You see, there is no excuse that you have one part of society that is so well-to-do, they don't know what to do with the money, and there's another part who doesn't know where the food is coming. 10% of the Indian population goes to sleep hungry. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying because the people there themselves don't bother, that the whole thing goes down. So there, if you are disabled or if you are, they push you aside. Here, if you're disabled, they give you a scooter to ride. They lift you up. They don't crush you or push you aside or don't care for you. They care. I just went and did a session at a hospice. Do you know hospice? Where there are people who are very sick, not hospital, hospice. Where there are people who are so seriously ill that there is no medicine that can cure them. They're going to die for sure, like cancer and stuff. And they are struggling and they're suffering. So what does this nation do? It doesn't say, well, chuck them in the corner and they'll let them die. The hospice is like 5-star hotel. I went there and I did a talk there on Hinduism. It's like a 5-star. They just press a buzzer and somebody comes and gives them medicine and feeds them if they can't eat by themselves. And I was looking and said, oh, what a marvelous thing you are doing. You are going out of your way to give dignity to people who are dying rather than ignoring them.